I've officially been retired for 3 years. You ever hear that saying, I'm just too old to care? Lately, that's been looping in my head. As the days pass, I realize so many things I used to stress over just don't matter anymore. And welcome back to Retired Life with Reese Will. This isn't about being negative, it's about realizing we waste way too much energy worrying about things that we can't control. We all have rough days where we want to throw in the towel at work, in relationships, but the cycle always turns around and a gray day usually leads to a sunny one down the road. After 3 years of freedom, here are a few things that I simply do not care about anymore. And the shift completely changed my perspective. Number one, the constant rush, nonstop grinding, the endless rush. The biggest change for me is my attitude toward rushing around in the corporate grind. You're always racing, which just builds anxiety and turns friendly people into grumpy demons. At UPS, I was running around like my hair was on fire. I got to make this time schedule, this time delivery at 10:30 in the morning, priority air mail. Everything was go go go. Everything was timed. How long it takes to put your seatbelt on, how long it takes to put the key in the ignition, and how long it took for me to open up the bulkhead door and head and grab the package and head toward my stop. In retirement, I've learned to slow it down. It don't mean moving like a grandpa, but you know, it means planning ahead. If it snows, I leave a little earlier. Rushing really doesn't do anyone any good. One of the best parts of retirement is setting your own pace. That's it, setting your own pace. Sure, go hard when you're playing a sport or doing a hobby to get those competitive juices going, but you have to be able to wind down afterwards. And in a 9 to 5 world, you're always on a high idle. It's crazy, man, dealing with micromanaging bosses and facing coworkers trying to undermine you. Then you have the exact same stressful rush on the drive home. When I visited Seville, Spain, it was slow afternoons, late dinners, beach life, calm evenings. It was a different lifestyle. Basically, people are just chill. They take long lunches. They finish early and just hang out with friends. People there, they eat late, stay out late. They don't rush like here in the United States. So yeah, a lot of people in Spain, they they chill, man. They chill. It's social and it's not rushed. Our corporate culture is designed to overload you with 10 projects at once and see how far you can bend, man, before you break. I've been with coworkers. I've seen them take long-term medical leaves for depression and anxiety, man, because with that constant pressure, the human body just wasn't built for that. Now, my second point is toxic guilt trips, like emotional manipulation, guilt manipulation. Another huge shift that I stopped caring about was what people think. This doesn't mean letting yourself go. It means living life on your own terms. We often coast through life, letting people influence us or guilt trip us. The chronic guilt tripping, man, is a toxic control tactic. used by bosses and coworkers, even family members. It wears you down, causes burnout, and lands you on a mental hamster wheel. In the corporate world, I dealt with those power trips when people try to sway me away from my integrity. I eventually started doing my own thing. And it's tough because people in power can make your life miserable, man. But you have to ask yourself, is your health worth more than their leverage? Today, people still try it, but I just don't give a damn anymore. Now, number three, competing with the Joneses. Finally, I completely stopped getting caught up in comparisons. When you grinding at a 9 to 5, it's easy to look around and envy what others have. You pull up your old clunker and coworker roll up in a brand new luxury SUV or fully loaded truck. Suddenly you assume that they're doing great things while you're just doing something wrong. But none of that really matters anymore. To afford a $1,600 monthly car payment, people burn the candle on both ends. They take on massive debt for flashy cars and used houses that they barely can spend time in. Now, I don't judge. We used to assume the guy driving the old beater was broke, but now I realize that they might be the smart ones, quietly investing their money for retirement. Nobody knows your true financial state, and that's a good thing. Do what's best for your own well-being. I love cars, but rotating through a new one every 3 years just to impress your coworkers or your boss is a trap. Nobody really actually cares, man. And honestly, they probably just thinking about how much money you wasted. I'm on the outside. I choose to cool it. I don't let people guilt me and focus on living my best life. Now, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. If there's snow on the ground or if it's sunny out, take it easy on the roads or just enjoy the sunshine. And remember, don't chase peace, live it. Appreciate y'all, man. See y'all on the next video.